All right, guys, and welcome to the Renaissance Man podcast. And I'm your host, Blake Hawkins, and I'm excited that you're joining me here today. And listen, if you're joining this podcast, you're a high performer, you're a high achiever, you're looking to maximize your potential and get everything you can out of life. And I'm glad that you're joining me here today because today's podcast is going to be absolutely powerful. And listen, oftentimes in life, we start playing defense. We start playing with kind of our heels pushed on the back, right? This episode today is going to be labeled Playing Offense in Life. And I'm going to have 3 different ways that we can play offense in life and why it's so important to always play offense and not be on defense in life. So let's jump right into this, guys. This is the Renaissance Man podcast. This is the podcast for you if you want to maximize your potential and be everything that God made you to be. We go over fitness, business, personal development, God, family, relationships, just taking our game and our life to the next level, high performance, productivity. This is the podcast for you. The Renaissance Man podcast. Here we go. Playing offense in life. All right, guys, playing offense in life. Are you playing defense right now? That's my question. If you're watching this, are you playing defense? What do I mean by defense? Are you being too passive with your action plan? Are you not creating an action plan? Are you waiting for too many external variables to come to you and make things happen? Are you in your head too much? Are you thinking too much? Are you overthinking? Are you stuck with paralysis by analysis? Are you overanalyzing situations? Are you stuck in the past? Are you stuck in the past thinking about all your quote unquote mistakes? Are you worried about everything that you did wrong in the past? Are you worried about what people think of you? Let me think. What else is there? Are you worried about the future? Are you worried about what the future is going to hold for you? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if any of these things apply to you right now, currently to this day, and by the way, I've encountered all these situations, and I'm sure you have too. Guys, we want to play offense. Okay, we want to get rid of the defensive posture. We want to play offense in life, and something magical happens when you play offense. Just your confidence lights up. It's like you get a little bit of extra juice in your system. It's like all of a sudden you just feel a little pep in your step because now you are the captain of your destiny. You're the one driving the ship. You're the one making it happen. You're the one that feels like you're working in tandem with God to get your life going and creating your life on a day-to-day basis versus letting the world tell you who you are and what you are and how things should be and putting you back on a defensive posture and making you react and overreact and sometimes underreact. Guys, we want to play offense. Now let's jump into how do we play offense. Number 1, we got to plan for success. We must plan to win. Success is a planned event. It's not a happenstance. It's not an accident. It's a planned event. It has to be scheduled. It has to be planned. Number 1, we have to plan for success. We have to create an exponential schedule. We have to time block for exponential results. Guys, if you're just going through your life kind of free flowing, free spirit, and I love freedom, by the way. I own a company called Freedom Hawk. I love freedom. But if we're just kind of rolling with the punches, letting life just kind of take us by the wind, wherever the wind blows, guys, you're not going to be playing offense and you're not going to win. You're not going to have success. So guys, you need to look at your calendar and you need to take control, play offense. And the first way to play offense is plan for success. Have a plan to win. Success is a planned event. I want you to create exponential time blocks in your schedule. Don't just be reactive. Look at the biggest needle movers in your life, your business, your family, your marriage, your relationships, your kids, your finances, networking, creative projects and creative pursuits. Doesn't matter what it is. I want you to break all those pillars out. And I want you to literally look at your calendar from a monthly basis. And I want you to literally just start with the top priority. What's the number 1 pillar? What's the very first priority? And I want you to work your way down. And every pillar and every priority, you're going to literally calendar and time block the whole month out. Okay? And this is planning for success. This is playing offense in life. This is the first step in playing offense is you have to plan for success and you have to literally create it. And it starts with your schedule. Oftentimes we get focused on habits. We get focused on creating new behaviors, which are important, but the fastest way to 10x growth and exponential growth is to literally recreate your schedule. Recreate, redefine, transform how you take action, transform how you look at your day-to-day life, how you look at your day-to-day schedule, how you go about executing and taking action in your life. Guys, this is one of the fastest way to literally go through a freaking radical positive transformation is to literally flip your schedule upside down, start from scratch and say, okay, these are the 5 or 6 most important pillars in my life. And I'm literally going to look at my schedule from a monthly basis, and I'm going to time block and fill up these days and these moments of my time with the number one, the first priority, and I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to start with the first priority. I'm going to put all those time blocks in. Second priority, all those time blocks in. Third priority, all those time blocks in. Fourth priority, all those time blocks in. Fifth priority, all those time blocks in. You have to plan for success. What do most people do? We let all the minutia fill up our time, and then we try to just squeeze a little bit of juice for the priorities. And I've been guilty of this. Okay. I know if most people have, right? So we let all the minutia fill up our day. And at the very end of the day, we try to make something happen. We try to take care of the priorities. We try to take care of the needle movers when that's backwards. That's a backwards way of thinking. If we fill up our day and we fill up our life with rocks, with things that are important, with the foundational pieces of our life, with our priorities, whatever they may be, and we literally just fill up our schedule with our priorities, guys, you're playing offense and you're going to literally plan for success. That's step number 1. Plan for success. Plan to win. Exponential schedule. Exponential time block. That's number 1. Number 2, act intentionally, but act fast and aggressive. Number 2, act intentionally, but act fast and aggressive. Have a spirit of faith. Take action with no attachment. Consistent, swift action creates momentum. I'm a firm believer that momentum is the God success energy. I feel like that's actually God manifest in the physical dimension. I swear to you, that's my belief system. I really feel like momentum is literally God incarnate in your life. It's the God success energy. If God came into a form of success, it would be through momentum. That's all God. That's all good stuff there. Every time we have momentum, great things happen. Every time we have momentum, we're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, saying the right thing, shaking the right hand, talking to the right person, thinking the right thought. We're doing the right things. That is momentum. If you're doing that, I promise you right now, that comes from God. That's a God energy. That's God's success energy. And we need to act intentionally. But we need to be fast and we need to be aggressive with our action. What do I mean by this? We need to have a spirit of faith. A spirit of faith. What is that? That means taking action with no attachment. Not worrying about the outcome, not worrying if the person's going to like us, or is the deal going to go through? Is the client going to sign the contract? Is the seller going to do the deal? Is this going to happen? Or is the person going to respond the way we want them to respond? We don't worry about that. We just focus on the action with no attachment. We have a spirit of faith, a spirit of optimism, a spirit of a winner. Guys, we need to be intentional with our actions. That kind of ties into step number 1, but we have to act fast and aggressive. Let go of the weight. Let go of the pressure. Guys, how many people out there are just overburdened with self-pressure? You know, they're just putting so much weight on themselves. They're just like their own worst critic, their own worst enemy. And I feel like sometimes people as humans, myself included, we take pride in being so critical on ourselves. Well, I'm just harder on myself than everybody else. Well, I don't know if that's a badge and honor. I don't know if that's a great thing. I don't think it is. I think we need to have a spirit of faith. I think we need to take action with no attachment. I think we need to trust in God's plan. I think we need to be swift in our action. Now, our job is to move forward and take action. It's not God's job. He can't do that for us, but we can do it. We can meet him where he is by taking swift action with a spirit of faith and optimism. Consistent, swift action creates momentum, and momentum is the God energy of success. No attachment. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the burden. Let go of what could go wrong? What's going to happen if I do this? And what if it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out? And thinking about all these negative scenarios, guys, that's not going to serve you. I mean, if it's going to happen, if something negative is going to happen, it's going to happen. Worrying about it and fretting about it is not going to make it any better. And it's definitely not going to give you a better odds of success and prosperity and freedom in your life. So you might as well think, hey, I'm going to win. I have a spirit of faith. I'm going to take action with no attachment. There's a certain freedom that you have whenever you can just execute your day-to-day and not worry about outcomes. Yes, we want to have intentional outcomes for sure. We need to be very clear on goals, and that's a whole nother podcast that we'll dive into. We need to have that. We need to have a vision. God says without a vision, the people will perish. We need to have a vision. We need to have a clear mind. We need to have something that we're moving towards and well, more importantly, something that we're growing towards. But we have to let go of the pressure. We have to let go of what could go wrong. We have to let go of what are people going to think, or what if something doesn't work out the way it wants to work out, or we want it to work out. That is holding you back. It's keeping you from playing offense. Guys, we want to play offense in life. We got to stop playing defense. The devil wants us to play defense. Evil wants us to play defense. God wants us to play offense. God wants us to be proactive. God wants us to go out there and make it happen and have a life of freedom, have a life of abundance, have a life of success, have a life of impact, have a life of legacy. Everything that goes against that, I'm telling you right now, it's not God. So if sometimes I think in our society we get it's like I said earlier, it's like a badge of honor. Well, I'm just, life is just hard. Dude, that there's no honor in that. Like, no one's going to give you extra credit or brownie points because you're whining and crying. No one's going to give you extra credit because you're having a bad day. Well, I'm my toughest critic. Well, you know what? Stop being your toughest critic. Be your best cheerleader, because everybody else is going to they may be critical. It's time that you become your best cheerleader. There's no honor in being your worst critic. I don't know where this badge of honor came from. Well, life is just hard and tough. Okay, let it go. Don't let it be hard and tough. Be successful, be abundant, be prosperous, be a great leader, be a strong leader. Now is the time to play offense. Guys, I'm talking to the leaders out there. I'm talking to the winners out there. This ain't for everybody, guys. If you're listening to this podcast, this is the Renaissance Man podcast. This is a podcast for success, for abundance, for wealth, for prosperity, for freedom. And if you're listening to this, you want to maximize your fullest potential. You want to be everything that God made you to be. So guess what? If you're listening to this, you're ready for the message. Let it go. Remove every ounce of mental weakness in your head and let it go. There is no honor in that. No one's going to give you brownie points because you're feeling sorry for yourself. No one's going to give you extra credit on the test because you stumped your toe and you're having a bad day. Don't have a bad day. Just don't have them. I'm at a point in my life now, I won't allow myself to have bad days. I'll have bad moments. I'll have challenging moments. I will not have a bad day. I'm alive. How can I have a bad day? I'm healthy. I'm breathing. I live in the United States of America. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm in the land of opportunity, the land of freedom. How can I have a bad day? There are people out there that are having bad days. God bless them, and we need to pray for those people. They're going through some stuff. That there are real challenges out in the world. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're listening to this, and you need to start playing offense, and there's a goal that you need to hit, and there's something that you need to achieve, and you're putting it off, and you want to be Mr. or Mrs. Victim, and woe is me, and life is hard. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, here's the truth. You are sabotaging your own success. No one really cares about your excuses. So just let them go. But people will care about your success and your results. Trust me. They'll give you want a pat on your back? Go freaking have some success and results. You'll get all the pats on your back all freaking day. People tell you how great you are. Go make it happen. There's no honor in sitting there and being a victim. We cannot be a victim in our life. Let it go. Have a spirit of faith. Number 2, act intentionally, but act fast and aggressive. Take swift action. Action with no attachment. Have a consistent, swift action. Action and consistency creates momentum, and momentum, if you're listening, is the God energy of success. Number 1, let's recap. How do we play offense in our life? Number 1, we plan for success. We plan to win. Exponential scheduling and time blocking. Number 2, we act intentionally, but we act fast and aggressive, a spirit of faith, action with no attachment. Now, number 3. This is the big one right here, folks. This is going to really hit someone square in the gut on this one. Hope you're ready. Let go of what others think about you. Let go of what others thinking about you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It literally does not matter. Like matter, physical form, it doesn't matter. You know, I love what Kobe Bryant said. God rest Kobe Bryant's soul. He said, boos don't block dunks. Boos don't block dunks. Guys, it does not matter what people think about you. Who cares? Number 1, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. That's number 1. Number 2, if they are thinking about you, who really cares? Well, you can't control their thoughts. People's thoughts of you are going to change. One day they like you, next day they hate you. That's life, man. It goes up and down, but you know what's the same as your character, who you are, the type of man and woman you are. That's what matters. It doesn't matter what people think of you. Let it go. Who cares? I feel like in our world, we try to micromanage other people's perceptions of it. Who cares? Yes, I do think our society is a little sensitive. Absolutely. I think we're sensitive in the fact that we think of too much of what other people think about us. It doesn't matter what people think about us. If you have a mission and you have a purpose and you have a goal that God has put in your heart, go get it. And do it aggressively. Do it with love. Do it with optimism, but do it aggressively. I want to tie something else in here of letting go of what others think about you, because sometimes we think of that as only like maybe like I got to set a boundary on what people think. But there's another side to this coin, is give people the benefit of the doubt. Have a spirit of optimism. Have good cheer. Expect the best of others. If you expect the best of others and you have a spirit of optimism, a spirit of good cheer, you're not going to be thinking about, well, someone's going to think negative of me, because you're going to expect the best of others, and your mental framework is going to come from a place of, I expect people to think good of me because I think good of myself, and I expect people to think good of me. So I'm not even going to think about people thinking bad of me. That's not even a reality. That's not even a possibility. And if it is, I'm not going to spend my time thinking about it, because it's not real anyways. Let go. Focus on your path only. The only thing that we can control is our controllables, which is our actions, our behaviors, our thoughts, our processes, our thinking, our schedule, what we do, how we talk, how we act. We can only control us. We can only control who we are and our day-to-day. I cannot control anybody else. I mean, I think we just need to humble ourselves sometimes. I am not God. I can't control anybody. I can't control my team members. I can't control my wife. I can't control my kids. I can't control the guy next to me driving on the highway. I can't control the mailman. Guys, we just have to just understand you can't control anybody, so you might as well let go of what people think about you. Now, you can influence, but guess what? You influence by you influence by having a spirit of optimism, of good cheer, expecting the best of others. That's how you influence other people in a positive manner. But you got to let go of the mental junk about, well, what are people going to think about me? I'm going to go set this goal, and what's mom and pa going to think about me? I don't really care. I don't personally care. It doesn't matter. What's my cousin's going to think about me? What's Susie at the gas station going to think about me? What's my Uncle Bobby going to think about me? What's Uncle Jimmy going to think about? I ain't going on and on. What's my friend Johnny going to think about me? It doesn't matter. Like literally, like actually what people think about you literally doesn't matter. It doesn't even affect your life. And by the way, like I was saying earlier, people aren't even thinking about you. They don't care. They're in their own freaking world, stuck in their head, not playing offense. So be one of the rare people. Be one of the 4% that plays offense in life. While everybody else is stuck in their head worrying about what people think about them, you're out there freaking playing offense, crushing it, killing it, making it happen, expanding the path that God has for you, going in and being a joint venture partner with God and working with God hand in hand and having a great tandem, a great relationship. And like you saying, you know what, God, let's roll. Let's do this. Let's go make this happen. I want to be everything that you made me to be. Number 3, let go of what others think about you. Let it go. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Guys, this world needs more people playing offense. This world needs more people out there doing the good work of God, of sharing wisdom, of being of good cheer, having a spirit of optimism, a spirit of freedom, having a spirit of expecting the best from others and ourselves, having a spirit of faith, taking action with no attachment, planning for success, planning to win. Guys, the world needs more of these people. If I'm talking to you, man, I need one person today. I just need one. I need one person today that watches this. I don't need 100. I need one today. If you're that person, are you going to be that person? I need one person today to go make it happen, to get out of their head, to stop playing defense and to start playing offense in your life. Your life is passing you by. Stop watching it. Matter of fact, better yet, stop being, 15 steps behind your own life. I've seen people in their life, they're not even up to date in their own life. They're not even here. I don't even know where they're at. I look at them, I'm like, man, I think you're like 9 months in the past. You're not even here right now. How scary is that? Guys, we live in a world where people are not even present. They're and we talk about presence like, being present for the people we love. How about being present for your life? How about being present for you? So let's start there. So if we're present for our life, let's show up for our life first, then we can show up for other people. I mean, we're over here, I look at people's eyes and I'm like, man, this guy is this gal, this guy, they're not even here. I don't even know where they're at. They're 4 years in the past, man, chasing ghost. Guys, let go. Let go of the past. Let go of what people think about you. It doesn't matter. This is the Renaissance Man podcast. This is a podcast to help high performers and high achievers maximize their potential. It's a podcast for a very small group of society. It's not for everybody, folks. It ain't for everybody. This is for a select few. This is for people that want to go be everything that God made them to be. Now, can everybody do this? Yes. Let me rephrase. It is for everybody. I'm sorry. It is for everybody. But not everybody will choose it. Only a small, tiny, select few of people will choose this path. And if you're listening, you're one of those few. The Renaissance Man podcast. Today's podcast, the recap, is called Playing Offense in Life. Guys, I appreciate you joining me here today. Please like, share, subscribe. Show me some love. I'm gonna start bringing some guests on the podcast. It's happening. I'm gonna start pumping out more podcasts more often and being more intentional with this. I'm going to take my own advice and play offense. And I'm excited as this podcast grows, and I'm excited as we bring on some really cool people and we talk about some really cool stuff. Guys, today, go play offense. Let the defense go. Stop playing defense. Go play offense today. Plan for success. Plan to win. Number 2, act intentionally, but act fast and aggressive. Number 3, let go of the past and let go of what others think about you. Go be great today. Go be everything that God made you to be. God bless you. This is the Renaissance Man podcast. Until next time, go win, go make it happen, and go grow. Let's go.